Hello guys, so today we'll be discussing about the chapter Principle of Inheritance and Variation. So before we start, we need to understand what is heredity, what is variation, okay. So here it is given, heredity means the transmission of character from one generation to the next generation. So whatever character it is there in parents, okay, the transmission of some of the characters from the parents to the offspring, that means from one generation to the next, it is called heredity. And variation means the differences among the members of a species. Like we are also human beings, we come under one same species, right? But still we differ from each other in so many things, in so many characters. So that is the difference, okay. Individual differs from the other individual. It is because of the mixing of the gene, okay. It is because of the mixing of gene, and that is called variation, okay. The differences among the member of the species and the progeny of the same parent, okay. And genetics is the study of the gene, okay, study of gene, chromosomes. Now Mendel and his work. Now there was a scientist, Gregor Johann Mendel, okay, who is also called father of genetics. So Gregor Mendel is father of genetics. What he did was he carried out several experiment, okay. He carried out experiment on garden pea, which is Pisum sativum, okay, garden pea, for 7 years. So he experimented with the garden pea for 7 years, and he concluded so many things after his experiment. Now why he chose garden pea was because many varieties with easily detectable contrasting characters were available with short life cycle and large number of seeds in one generation. So there can be production of large number of seed in one generation in pea plant. That's why he chose pea plant, okay. And the other thing is the lifespan of the pea plant is very short. So it will be easy for him to check or experiment with the with his objectives, okay, year after year. So that was also the reason. Now next is pea have complete bisexual flower. That means bisexual flower means both male and female reproductive unit is present in single flower. So it was there in pea plant, and it shows self pollination, and so can be easily cross pollinated on preventing of self pollination. So manually, if pea plant, if the scientist want to carry out cross pollination, he can do so by preventing self pollination also. So that was there. That was the reason why he chose Pisum sativum as his plant for experiment. Now what he did was he observed 7 characters. He studied 7 characters of the pea plant, and those 7 characters was stem height of the pea plant, okay. So height can be, the character is height, and the contrasting traits of the same height can be either tall or dwarf. Now next is flower color, okay. The color of the flower of the pea plant, it can be violet or white. So two contrasting trait of the same character color. Similarly, stem height, flower color, flower position, pod shape, pod color, seed shape and seed color. So these are the characters that he chose for his experiment with the pea plant. Now, okay, now one thing I want to tell you is that always remember character is controlled by gene. Character is always controlled by gene. Now what is gene? Gene is okay, in the Mendelian time, when the name gene was not given, okay, Mendel called it as factor. Some factor is transmitted from one generation to another. He called it as factor, which these days are called gene. And gene are always located in chromosomes. We know that if this is a chromosome, then one chromosome contain many gene, okay, many gene one chromosome contain many gene, okay, many genes. And always remember that one character, if one character is controlled by one gene, then always remember gene always occur in pair. Gene always occur in pair. If this is chromosome, if one character, that is eye color, so out of, if eye color is one character, then to control that character, to express that character, okay, the chromosome contain a pair, chromosome must have a pair of that gene that express the color of the eye, okay, that gives the expression of the character, that is eye color. It must be in a pair, because one we inherit from mother and one we inherit from father, and out of these two, that is out of pair of a gene, one will be dominant, that is one that dominates the other pair, okay, and second one will be recessive, okay. So always remember gene always occur in a pair, okay. So Mendel experimented monohybrid cross, he did monohybrid cross, okay. Now what he did was, tall pea plant was taken and dwarf pea plant was taken, okay. Now tall, okay, tall plant, the tall is character height, okay. So tall is controlled by a gene, controlled by a pair of gene capital TT, okay, and the dwarf plant, it is controlled by pair of gene which is recessive, okay. Now always remember this capital is used to denote the dominant one, and small letter we used to give for the recessive one, okay. Now what happens is, when he crossed this tall plant with the dwarf plant, what happens was, suppose this is male plant, suppose this is male and suppose this is female, okay. So male produce pollen grain, right. So you know that if in a gamete only haploid number of chromosomes gets incorporated into the gametic cell. So if one chromosome, if gene is located like this, if they separate, then the gene will also segregate from each other, the pair of gene will also segregate from each other. As a result, one pollen will receive only one of this gene and other pollen will receive the other part of this gene, okay, haploid. Similarly, in the egg cell only one T will go, okay, haploid number of chromosomes. So only out of one pair only one will get incorporated into the egg cell or the gametic cells, okay. Now what can be the conclusion is, when this pollen fertilize one egg cell, this one, then the progeny will get capital T, okay, and small t. Now, and if this same T fertilizes the other one, will also get capital T and small t. Similarly, this pollen and this egg will form capital T small t, again capital T small t. So this is F1 generation. What happens in F1 generation? We get capital T small t, okay, in all progeny, in all these four progeny we got capital T and small t, pair of factors. Now how it will be expressed, whether the plant will be tall or a dwarf, because for tall plant he has taken capital T pair of factor, pair of gene, okay. For the dwarf plant recessive T as a pair of gene. Now here in F1 generation it is heterozygous, this was homozygous, tall, okay, and this was homozygous dwarf. Now this is not homozygous because these two, out of these two pair, one is dominant one is recessive one, okay. So this is not homozygous, it is homozygous, both are same, okay, pure of allele they are same. So that is why homozygous. Now how it will be expressed, whether it will be tall or a dwarf. So what Mendel concluded was that he saw that in F1 generation all the plant were tall, like that of one of the parent, but whether it is homozygous tall or heterozygous tall, it was heterozygous tall, okay, it was all heterozygous tall, because pair of factor, in this pair of factor one is dominant one and one is recessive one, it was all heterozygous tall, okay, the expression was tall. Now again what he did was, this F1 generation, okay, this F1 generation he crossed it with one of the parental which was dwarf, okay, he crossed it with one of the, no sorry, not one of the parent, but he allowed them to undergo self pollination, that means capital T, small t, capital T and small t, okay, they allow this plant to undergo self pollination. Now in this the result will be T, in gamete it will be TT. So in gamete capital T small t, suppose this is male and suppose this is female, okay, egg cell pollen. Now in this what happens is, capital T came, if this 2 fertilizes then capital T small t came, if this 2 came capital T small t came, and if this 2 came it will be small t and small t. Now this was F2 generation. So to his surprise what he got in this F2 generation was 3 plant were tall, 1, 2 and 3, it was tall, 3 plant were tall and 1 he got dwarf plant, 3 was tall, 1 was dwarf, and out of these 3, okay, 1 was homozygous tall and 2 were heterozygous tall and 1 was dwarf. So in this monohybrid cross, okay, the ratio which is also called phenotypic ratio was 3:1, 3 was tall, 1 was dwarf. Okay, phenotypic means whenever we look into this plant externally, what we see is 3 plants are tall and 1 is dwarf. So it will be like 3 plants tall, 1 will be dwarf. Okay, what we see externally, that is phenotypic ratio. And genotypic ratio, now another one is genotypic ratio. Now genotypic ratio means internally what kind of plant we got internally. So internally if we look, 1 is homozygous tall, okay, 2 are heterozygous tall and 1 is again homozygous dwarf. So genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1, okay, 1:2:1. So this is all about